Hi class, I'm Mr. Tsao, and in this video we're going to be talking about the integer and functions benchmark. In this video in particular, we're going to go over the integer half of the benchmark, which is the first half. In this benchmark, you will have to add, subtract, multiply, and divide integers and show that you can do those correctly. So let's get started. For an addition problem, you might see something like this, -2 + 6. And if you use your number line, which has numbers on the positive side and the negative side, how you would do that is you would start at the first number, -2. Because we're adding 6 plus 6 means we're going to move in the positive direction, 6 spaces, and we will end up at the number 4. So the number line is a useful tool to help us work with integers, especially when there's positives and negatives involved. Next, subtraction. Next, subtraction, 2 minus 6. So same idea, we're going to start with the first number 2 on the number line. Because it's -6, we're going to move in the negative direction 6 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then end up at a -4, which is our answer. In addition to adding, subtracting integers, you may have to add and subtract integers with parentheses, which can make things a little bit more complicated. So one tool that we'll use is kind of this chart right here, which tells us if we have a positive times a positive, it stays positive, positive times a negative, or vice versa, it'll become negative, and then a negative times a negative becomes positive because the opposite of an opposite, or double negative, becomes positive. So if we use that with here, we can rewrite this -2, a positive times a negative is a negative, so we can rewrite this -2 minus 6, and then from there use our number line. We're going to start at -2, we'll move left 6 spaces, we'll end up at -8. Another example, if you see -2 minus -6, now we have a negative times a negative, or double negative, you know that'll turn to a positive, so -2 plus 6, and we already saw this before, it's going to equal 4. All right, for the third skill, you're going to have to multiply. Now multiplication, there's a bunch of different symbols that mean multiply. In elementary school, you may have used an X, but in algebra, X is often used as a variable, so you might see an asterisk, a dot, or numbers in parentheses right next to each other. All of these symbols mean multiplication. We again want to use our sign chart with positives and negatives because when you multiply numbers, you have to take the signs into account. 3 times 5 is 15, but because it's a negative times a positive, the resulting answer will end up being -15, and you can use this chart to help you out. Same with division. So there's the division symbol, but it may also be written as a forward slash or a fraction. All of these mean 10 divided by 2, 10 divided by 2, 10 over 2 means 10 divided by 2. So all of those symbols mean division. And again, we're going to use the sign chart to help us figure out the resulting sign. So 12 divided by 3 is 4, but when you have a negative divided by a negative, that result would be positive. So for a positive 4. So these are the types of problems you're going to see on the integers half of the benchmark.